Let's go ahead and multiply numbers using partial products. Here we have 27 times 3. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply the 3 to the 7 and to the 2 over here, but we're going to figure out what is the value of the 2. So in order to do that, you have to remember how to expand 27. So to expand 27, we have 20 plus 7. Um, we're going to write our expressions or equations on the side right here. So what I like to do, I like to extend this line so that will eliminate us from writing our expressions on this side. So that means you're not writing anything here. You're going to go down. So we are not writing under the ones place value. We're going to skip this box right here, and we're going to put an equal sign here and close and open parentheses. And inside this parenthesis, we're going to write our expressions. So we are going to write 3 times 7. So this is where our distributive property of multiplication. And then, so 3 times 7, that will be 21. We're going to write 21 here, 2, and then 1. Remember to write 1 digit per box. The next one, again, we're going to write our equal sign and close and open parenthesis. Inside the close and open parenthesis, we're going to write our expression, which would be 3, again, and times what's the value of 2? That will be 20. So you're going to write 20 here. The first thing I like to do is I like to look at how many zeros I have. So it's easier to multiply if you eliminate the zeros right away. So I have 1 0. I cross this out and I move it over here. And then I'll just multiply. I'll just focus on the 3 and the 2. 3 times 2 is 6. So I'll just go ahead and write 6. Okay. Once we have our partial products, so remember this is called the partial products, we're going to add them to get the final product. So when you're adding, you always start in your ones place. So 1 plus 0 is 1, and then 2 plus 6 is equals to 8. And this will be your final product. Now, what if we have 3-digit factors times a 1-digit factor? Or, well, yeah, factor. So let's go ahead and write another one right here. Let's just say we have, let's make it a little bigger, 534 times 4. Okay. So let's say it started like this. Again, right away, what I want you to do is write the value of each digit on top of this. Like the 5 will be 500, just little tiny numbers on top, make it fit inside the box. And then you're going to put a plus sign on the line, and then this will be 30, and then that will be plus 4. So this will help us and remind us that this is what we're going to use later on in our expressions here. So again, we're not writing under the ones. Okay, we're going to skip that and we're going to move to the right. We're going to put an equal sign and close and open parenthesis. Okay, and inside our close and open parenthesis will be our expression. We're going to start from our 1-digit factor, which is the 4 here on the bottom. So 4 times, we're going to do our distributive property of multiplication. 4. Okay, 4 times 4. Let me use the black line. And that will be 16. Again, when you are writing your product here, your partial product, 1 digit per box. So that will be 16, 1, and then 6 here. Then the next one, we're going to write our equal sign again and close and open parenthesis. We're started 4. Remember, distributive property of multiplication times what is the value to the tens. We're going to move to the tens, which is the value of 3. That will be 30. So we're going to write 30 in here. So like I said, we're going to look at our expression, see if we have any zeros here inside. And I have 1, so cross that out and move it here. And let's just focus on 4 times 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. And let's go ahead and write 12 right here. 1 and then 2. Okay. The next one will be again equal sign. Okay. And then we're going to do our distributive property of multiplication from the 4, from one digit to the other digit, which will be the 5 right here. And the value of 5 is it's in the 100, so that will be 500. So let's go ahead and write 4 times 500. Okay. So again, we're going to look at how many zeros do we have in each numbers or in each factors. The 4 doesn't have a 0, so just ignore it. And 500 has 2 zeros, so let's cross that out and move it over here. 1, 2. And then let's multiply 4 times 5. That's 20. So you're going to write 2, 0 here. That's 20. And we don't have any more digit here, so we're going to stop. We're going to add our partial product. 16, 120, 2000. 2000, this is our partial products. We're going to add them to get the final product. So when you're adding, you always start on the right side in your ones place. So 6 plus 0 plus 0 is 6. 1 plus 2 plus 0 is 3. 1 plus 0 is 1. And then we have the 2 right here. And that's it. And this will be your final product. Okay.